Gibson, and I'm an intuitive, and I specialize in real estate. And I'm also a real estate agent, but I have my specialty in intuitive readings and home consultations and facilitations of the land and the home and the environment in which that's in. It's kind of a little story, it kind of goes all the way back to childhood, but I found that I have a gift, an intuitive gift, and a way to read energy. So I just have this natural ability to read energy. And I found that you can apply that to people, bodies, animals, houses, and I like to talk to houses. And it was kind of strange, but I talk to houses. And I used to play this game as I was growing up where I would look at the house and kind of just tell, like, think of the story. What's the story going on in that house? Like, oh, this guy's a doctor and his wife is struggling with cancer, or she's sick, she's always going to the hospital. Or the next house is like, there's this little boy and he has a red dog and they love to play catch and he goes swimming in the pool with them. And I came to find out after driving down these streets, I get to know some of these people, that this was actually what was happening in their homes. And I just thought it was a game I was playing. I didn't think anything of it. But as I got older, you know, my sensitivities to energy and stuff kind of started taking over, and I went into this deep depression. I had an eating disorder and just thought, you know, life shouldn't be like this. Like, it's too overwhelming. So I just struggled, but then, you know, I just wasn't gonna give up. So I decided to go on a journey, like, and look into ways that I could heal that didn't have medicine necessarily. Like, let me take care of the emotional side. Let me look into this. And I went to massage school, and that was kind of like the door that opened into my journey of gathering tools and experience of ways to work with my abilities and the capabilities of being able to be so aware of what people are feeling or thinking or what's going on in these homes and why is that. And so I've just collected, it's been about 20 years now that I've been studying in different modalities and picking up tools, and found that a great way I can contribute is through working with houses, reading people's houses and the land that it's on, and finding that that actually mirrors very commonly what's going on with the people within those buildings or those structures. And so I'm able to help facilitate more ease in their lives by, you know, moving things around, or just energetically redoing the blueprint. Oftentimes it's just bringing awareness to different possibilities that they didn't know existed, but to be able to see it from my angle and have a unique perspective, it opens up these windows. People go, oh my God, I knew that, but I didn't know what it was, and now I feel free and like empowered to go ahead and make these changes, or they get validated, and it's a really cool, fun work I do. Perfect client. Oh, I like working with people who are in the creation zone. And I think in a creation zone is a time and place and space where we are actually actively making choices for our future. So for instance, real estate seems to match a lot of that, where people are really making the choices. What am I going to choose for my future? What do I want to live? Do I want to sell this home? Do I want to buy a new home? Do I want to invest in this land? And so when you get people and they're thinking in their logical, this reality way, you know, I'm ready to make change. And then it's like, I add this extra piece of going, well, if we're gonna create, let's create something so amazing that'll contribute to you in ways that you maybe weren't aware of. Like, let's find a home that matches the energy and wants to bring up more money for you, or, you know, finding out what their criteria is. What are they really wanting to create in that space? Is this work? Is this your life? Money, is this a second home? And finding energetic matches in the homes, and or finding the home they love, and it may not have the energy, but being able to rewrite that so that they have this harmonic, is that the word, harmonic? Harmonious relationship. And so then they can receive so much more from these homes that are already there nurturing them. But it's adding this extra element of, if we're already in the creation, working with people who are willing to make a change. They know it's a little scary. You're going into the unknown, but being able to say, okay, and let's go and let's take this by the horns and let's go for everything you could imagine and see what we can create in a space. And so I found real estate has been a really great way to meet people who normally wouldn't maybe be in connection with me or have these tools or possibilities available, but to be able to empower them and have them go forward and have these sets of tools and a new perspective, a new way of looking at the way they make choices in their life and the things they choose and what that will create. You know, it's recognizing and acknowledging that, you know, everyone has a home on some level. Whether it's the tree, that's your home, or whether you live in a, you know, $14 billion mansion. You have a home and you can relate that there's a feeling that comes with that home and there's a reason you're in that space and you receive something from that space. So what I help people do is get back to that point of how does it feel when you pull up to it? You may have a list that says you want these things, but if you feel like you kind of want to, it's just something's off, let's look at that. Is it something to do with the house, the land, the history going on there, the current people and the makeup of what's happening that you may be aware of? It's helping people open up that they have so much more awareness than they are giving themselves credit for. And so working with me, you also get to be empowered and find out, oh, I already knew that I liked that space, not because it hit my criteria, because you have a knowing, you have an understanding, a connection with certain spaces, certain homes, and having someone facilitate that for you, it just creates so much more ease and more fun in the process of buying your home or selling your home. You know, setting it up like, okay, let's approach it. You know, who does your home want to move in? Who does it want to nurture? Let's help rearrange things so that it can go find that for you. We don't have to work so hard to sell the home. Let the home go find its new people. You know, so it's like if people really want a little bit more ease in their transaction, they're open to, you know, looking at things a little differently and receiving all the abundance that comes with that, then I am so your girl. I have 2 children that I love and adore. I've got a wonderful husband and a very supportive family. They all are somewhat okay with me having these interesting gifts. I've got a husband who wants me to run with it, so I love that. And I think that it's important that, you know, not just homes and not just things, but you start surrounding yourself with people who also do see the wonderful things in you, and they'll support those and bring it out. And so I'm in the journey of collecting those people and surrounding myself, just like, you know, I help people with their homes, but it's like this can go into relationships and it can go into your children and your friends and family. So I like to surround myself with really fun people that contribute to me and that I'm happy to contribute to. And I'm an athlete. I had a competitive background in swimming and surfing, and I still do those things. I love yoga. I like to be in nature. That's very much a special spot for me, whether it's the ocean or just on a hike. I like being outdoors in nature. I get a lot of clarity from being out there. That's kind of my truth. You can find me on my website, www.therealestateintuitive.com, and you can also find me on Facebook, Vanessa Gibson, or Vanessa Gibson Real Estate Intuitive. What else? I'm working on a few other projects that are in the workings. I also work as a real estate agent for my profession, and that is with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in San Clemente, so they can find me there. We're right on Del Mar, our little downtown street in San Clemente.